I'm gonna be drawing more of your OCs. Oh my goodness. I was up all night last night trying to get these OCs done on time. I'm getting slower at drawing, I swear. The longer I draw, the slower I get. I don't know why that is. I figured the longer I drew, the faster I'd get. And I'd be able to upload these like so often, but I'm getting slower and slower the more I draw. And I guess that's true for everyone because you like learn more about drawing, so it probably takes you longer to do it. But I don't know. I was always hoping that I would get faster at it, but I feel like I'm getting slower the longer I do it. Anyway, the first OC here is Lazy Loaf on YouTube. I went and looked through your YouTube comments, and I was wanting to find an OC I wanted to draw from you guys. And so I was just looking through random ones and just seeing what all you guys had to post. And I found this one from Lazy Loaf, and I thought it was so cute. I don't know why, I think it's so adorable. I just love like the outfit and just how cute the little bunny ears are, and it was just so adorable. And so I wanted to try drawing it and turning it into my style because I thought it sounded kind of challenging and kind of interesting to attempt. So here it is. Also, their hair is like shorter curls, but then more like a mullet. And I think that's kind of cool. I've rarely seen like that hairstyle, so I was pretty excited to try drawing it. I had a lot of fun with it, though it was challenging. I was expecting it to be challenging, but I feel like it was a lot more challenging than I actually expected it to be because I was expecting it to just like take me a little bit to figure it out, but with the hair, I feel like I struggled a lot with it, and it never came out looking like what I wanted it to, which I feel like is true of every drawing I ever draw. So, I mean, I feel like every artist goes through that where they're like, no matter what they're drawing, it never comes out exactly like what they want it to do. Like, when you're drawing something, normally you expect it to come out as one thing that you have in your head, and then it just comes out as this blob that does not look anything close to what you had in the head originally. And it's sad. It's very sad. And I feel like no matter what, when you're an artist, it's hard to ever picture or draw whatever it is that you pictured in your head. And I wonder if people ever actually get good enough to do that, because I wish I could, because I always have all these cool ideas in my head, but it just never works. It never comes out right. Next up is Zeppelin on Amino. They won an Amino contest, the monthly, and oh my goodness. This character is so cute, and I could not do them justice at all. I struggle a lot with especially more younger boys, apparently. I struggle so much with them, and it was very challenging, but I hope you'll like it. Like I said, I struggle with boys, and whenever they're boys, I just struggle so much, especially with jawlines and like trying to make them look more girly, because this one, I made him look more manly. I made him look too manly, because the other one, like in their style, looks more feminine, and I made him look more bulky, I guess? I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I struggled. And oh my goodness, they have a long bio. I'm going to totally fail at reading it, so I'm going to try now. He was born and raised in a small outlying village in the middle of a forest, which he has always loved to explore. He was told by his father that his mother passed away when he was just a baby, and she left him her favorite scarf and an unused journal that she had. He cherishes both of those items dearly. Ever since his mother's death, his father was always been mean and blamed him for the death of Vasper. Oh no, blamed the death on Vasper. Vasper's the character's name. For that, he mistreated and hated Vasper throughout his entire childhood. Vasper was also bullied for his height, since he was abnormally short for an elf. He spent most of his days in the forest, avoiding everyone else. One day, he found a strange rock, which he decided to keep. That rock was a rune. Runes look like ordinary rocks until the one meant to wield the rune finds it. Then a symbol burns into the surface of the rune. After a few months, the rune finally accepted him, and the symbol appeared. Each rune has different abilities. It gives its wielder Vasper rune... What? It gives its wielder... Vasper runes is fire. Oh, okay, I get it now. I'm sorry. I'm blind. After he discovered it was a rune, he began practicing using it out in the forest. Eventually, being to successfully conjure a flame. I think that's a typo. But yes, so apparently this rune he found gave him the power of like fire, and he was able to like create flames, and that's really cool. I like things like that, but I feel like I don't really understand magic and stuff, so whenever I try to write that stuff in my stories, it always comes out really dorky. Next up is Randoxide on Instagram. This one was one of those sparkle commission sort of deals. Up on my Amino, you can get sparkles for just entering random events. Like say if there's an event like, hey, draw this or something, everyone enters it and gets a sparkle and then they can win a drawing. And that's what this one is. Though I feel like I struggled so bad with this character. They have so much hair. Oh my goodness. I never draw that much hair. Okay, they have a long bio. I'm going to fail at getting this done. Let me start with it. Her name's Willow. Willow is a young witch who is incapable of general magic, barring one power. The interesting but arguably useless power to see the dead, which she was often picked on for, making her reserved, believing she won't have a future ahead of her, unless she made it herself through potion making. She reminds me a little bit of Hermione with the glasses and puffy hair, but Hermione does not have that much hair. The one thing she's semi-confident of and determined to learn more about, she uses this because she believes she'd be nothing without it. So she works on like potion making and going to school. That's interesting. But one day, after a vague warning from a clairvoyant witch's daughter, Willow wakes up and discovers that basically her whole town has become doll-like and emotionless. So this reminds me of a Pokemon episode. So with a mysterious stranger who's strangely unaffected by the spell, she goes on a journey to free her village and discover more about her father's abandonment and sister's death. Her sister always hangs around her, but she is mute due to her death and due to her ashling form. A tiny ink-like mouthless sprite that it represents the soul of a toddler. She hides in Willow's hair most of the time due to only being a couple centimeters big, as well as her unique power being not exactly what it seems. That's interesting. All these bios are really long. Sorry, I fail at reading them so badly. I don't know why I'm so bad at reading. But anyway, that's a really cool story. It reminds me a lot of like that Pokemon episode where they became like they were in like a dollhouse sort of area, and I think that's so cool. I like it. It reminds me of like one of those like more gothic toned animes. I think those are really neat, and I'm always intrigued by them. Next up is BeautifulPie on Amino. This one was a commission. Thank you so much for commissioning me, and thank you again everyone who ever commissions me. It really helps support the channel, and I really appreciate it. If you want to see my commission information, the link is down in the description. Let's see here. This one has a bio as well. By the way, I love the design of these characters. These two characters, their designs are absolutely gorgeous. I was having so much fun trying to draw them. The girl's name is Victoria. It says here, Victoria is super playful when she isn't working and tends to pout a lot to 𝐼𝐈𝐿𝐿. I'm guessing or Stalem, I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, is the guy, which is the butler. 𝐼𝐈𝐿𝐿 is Victoria's butler as far as she knows, but he's also her bodyguard. He's known her his entire life and often only shows emotions other than sarcasm and apathy to her. He's the more rational of the two, where Victoria is empathetic and very sympathetic. Victoria shows all of her emotions on her sleeve, and 𝐼𝐿𝐿 is just a mystery. That's very interesting. I like these characters. These characters to me are just like adorable, and I just love the like idea behind them. And I had so much fun drawing them. I rarely have that much fun trying to figure out things that are difficult to me, because normally it gets like aggravating where you're sitting there forever trying to draw the same line over and over again. But with this, I had so much fun with it. I was struggling so bad with her hair. I don't know why, because I always liked drawing hair to come over the shoulder, but I wanted hers to come over the shoulder kind of like her original drawing was, but I couldn't get it to work the way I wanted to, so I kind of had to do it differently, and I was struggling, but I hope you like it. And oh my goodness, I was having so much fun with this. His hair is supposed to be like a pink. I think I made it too vibrant of a pink. It's probably supposed to be more pale, but I tried my best. I feel like every time I draw something, I make the colors more vibrant than they're supposed to be. I think that's true of every drawing I've ever done, but I hope you guys don't mind. I mean, you guys have to be used to it by now. Every time I do one of your OCs, it's vibrant. Anyway, if you guys ever get an OC drawn, it's 100% yours. You really do not have to ask me for permission to use it for anything. Even if you want to sell it on t-shirts, the drawing is 100% yours, and you can find all of the downloads on DeFanArt if you want to find out where your OC drawing is and all that. Anyway, it's all done now, so if you want to post your OC, you have to just link it down in the comments. And also, if you want to join my Amino, that's a great place to get your OC drawn, because you can save up little sparkle points by being in contests or being in events, and you can get your OC guaranteed. So that's a good way to get them, and I'll put a link down in the description and in the comment, and thank you guys so much for watching.